Fans, welcome to Game 2 of the Moncton Showcase Weekend here for the Maritime Women's Basketball Association in Moncton at the Harrison Trimble High School Gymnasium. My name's Dave Tingley, at Hoops Tingley on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to join in and say hi from wherever you're listening from, this is a big one for the Port City Fog. And I just wanted to get on the mic and welcome everybody. I'm going to take a break here in a second while we do the anthem and the intros. But the Fog, and a big game today, missing a lot of players, only 7 in the building for them today. Big one missing is Kaylee Kilpatrick. They'll have to try to steal a win from the undefeated team without their best player. But listen, Port City Fog, they've got some fight to them. We've seen it all throughout the season. They're not gonna quit before the game starts. They're in this game and they got some toughness replacing Kaylee Kilpatrick in the lineup. It's gonna be Courtney Thompson, Rachel Farwell, who was a bucket yesterday, especially from three-point range. Steph Curry level stuff. Off balance and from range. Megan Stewart, Reese Baxendale, and Emily Briggs will be the 5 for the Port City Fog. Halifax Thunder, they're going to be going with Haley McDonald, Vanessa Pickard, Grace Wade, Laura Langell, and Elizabeth Beals-Isiemi, trying to run their perfect record up to 9-0 as we come to the conclusion of this regular season. So it's a tall task for the Port City Fog today, shorthanded against the undefeated and championship favorites. I would put them in that driver's seat at this point, the Halifax Thunder. So fans, we're going to break for the anthem and for the intros from the new man on the mic in the building, Mr. Adam Gould, the heavyweight voice, joining us today. And so fans, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Harrison Trimble High School for another exciting couple games of basketball here this afternoon. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out this weekend and ask you now to rise and remove your hats if you're able to rise for chorus for the singing of our national anthem. And now introducing your starting lineups. First for the Halifax Thunder. Number 2, Haley McDonald. Number 7, Vanessa Pickard. Number 14, Grace Wade. Number 15, Laura Langell. And number 22, Elizabeth Beals-Isiemi. And now please welcome the starting lineup for the Port City Fog, wearing number 5, Courtney Thompson. Number 7, Rachel Farwell. Number 8, Megan Stewart. Number 9, Reese Baxendale. And rounding out the top 5, Emily Briggs.
All right, fans, here we go for Game 2. St. John Fog, Port City Fog needing a big win today to make things interesting at the top of the New Brunswick side of the standings here. The Maritime Women's Basketball Association facing a tall task, 7 players against the undefeated and championship favorites, Halifax Thunder, the #1 scoring team in the league, the #1 defensive team in the league. Can the Port City Fog rise to the occasion? Sometimes when you're shorthanded, missing a good player, it focuses you. You get some fight in you. But then Haley McDonald punches you in the eye off the opening tip, and reality sets in. Haley McDonald doing her thing, raining in threes. There's Emily Briggs trying to answer, not able to. The ball falls to McDonald. She pushes it up to Vanessa Pickard. Grace Wade, Langell, Beals-Isiemi. She's going to attack. Good defense there by Farwell, who was, as I said, a bucket yesterday in this gym. Everything she threw up went in, and I say threw up literally in some circumstances as Laura Langell goes to work in the post, up and in for 2. She's been terrific as Laura Langell for this team. So solid in the post, does everything well. Wheeling inside there. On the miss was Courtney Thompson, and another 3 from Haley McDonald. Just automatic. If she's left open, give her a sliver of daylight and it's done. Farwell, same thing. Just what I wouldn't give for the release of Rachel Farwell. She shoots over 40% in CIS play, let alone in this setting. So great stuff. Good defense there inside from Megan Stewart. Now able to finish at this end was Emily Briggs. Back come the Thunder. On the attack is Beals-Isiemi trying to finish with the left. Can't do it. Rebounded by Courtney Thompson. She's going to push. Beals-Isiemi cuts her off. Port City probably going to try to slow this game down a little bit. You certainly can't run with the Thunder shorthanded today with 7 players, that's for sure. A missed 3 from the wing from Farwell. Haven't said that much this weekend. Pickard, she was so hot yesterday in the first half. Shut down a little bit in the second half, but it didn't matter. There's so much balanced scoring on this Thunder roster. A great player like Pickard can be shut down for a half, and this team doesn't miss a beat. Briggs again from the wing for a 3, and she's short this time. Pickard, she's going to attack Farwell. Farwell with the big rejection, and it's out off Pickard. Back to Port City. Not happy with the call there was Pickard. Into the game is Emily Fitzpatrick for Port City, replacing Megan Stewart. Port City's going to want to rotate people in and out. Probably a lot. Beals-Isiemi on the steal. Not able to lay it in. Challenged well there by Fitzpatrick. Came back to make it difficult. Lauren Harris now into the game. Also for Port City. Farwell to Baxendale. Baxendale up against McDonald. McDonald hacks her and sends her to the line. Good point guard matchup again, as always, as every game in this league is. Great point guard after great point guard on all these teams. Reese Baxendale, the UPEI product, has her hands full today against Haley McDonald. And we call Haley McDonald a great player. It's with a capital G. She's one of the all-time greats. I don't think anybody could argue that distinction. So 3 new people in for the Thunder. Yesterday's player of the game, Catherine Quackenbush, as the Thunder set up their horn set here. And Abby Dunker on the drive there. Turnover. Dunker missed the game yesterday. Big part of the Thunder lineup is Abby Dunker. Just so solid like Langell inside. Does everything well. Rejection from Grace Wade. The local product, and a roar from the bench. And a get that garbage out of here from Adam Gould. Local product, Grace Wade. The Wade name rings out loud in this city for basketball. Lots of family, uncles, fathers, brothers, sisters in the Wades and their cousins, the Sullivans. Look at that move from Catherine Quackenbush. The doctor, the spinning left-hand finish. Catherine Quackenbush, a family doctor in Halifax, finds time to still be this good in her late 30s while being a family doctor. It's just ridiculous, the talent of this. We knew the talent would be obviously from the existing CIS players and ACA players in this league. Obviously, they're going to come in well-conditioned and playing at a high level. Nice box out there from Lauren Harris, giving the ball back to the Fog. But what's been a little bit surprising is the level of play from the ladies that have been out of basketball competitively for 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 years in some cases. And so that's been the pleasant surprise of it all is we knew the level of play would be really good. These players are too good for it not to be, but just how good I don't think everybody was ready for, and it's been amazing to watch. And this weekend's been so entertaining. Ball inbounds to Briggs. She saves it. But she did a tiptoe there and traveled. Tough catch there from the baseline inbounds. Back to the Thunder. Marley Kerwin now on the floor, along with Gemma Bullard for the Thunder. Dunker now, as they run this horn set that's so effective, gets them whatever they want, whenever they want it. Just a missed shot there from Marley Kerwin, which is all you can hope for on some Thunder possessions. Harris now back up to Briggs. Briggs double dribbled. They didn't see it. Missed shot from the wing, though, and back to the Thunder. Pretty good defensive job so far by Port City, especially considering they're shorthanded, working hard, hot gym, second game, second day. It's a lot to ask, but they're putting the effort in, that's for sure. Good closeout from Briggs on McDonald, forces the miss, and then gets back and knocks the ball off of Catherine Quackenbush. Unbelievable job there by Emily Briggs, the Crandall product. It was a joy to broadcast her games this year for Crandall. She works hard and is super tough. And she got it out to the closeout on McDonald, forced the miss, and then got back to the rebound and knocked it off of Quackenbush. Tough catch in there by Harris and taken away, knocked away nicely by Kerwin. Back comes McDonald. She finds Kerwin open on the wing for a long two, and it's good. Marley Kerwin. She's got a pretty release. UNB product. Halifax native. Reese Baxendale has to struggle to get that one back. She does. Over to Briggs. Briggs is going to look to run a little handoff with Baxendale. Harris through the key. Opens up a wide open three from the wing. Quackenbush on the closeout. Forced a wild miss from Emily Fitzpatrick. And a nice look inside for Quackenbush, and she finishes and one. On the feed from Marley Kerwin, having herself a first quarter is Kerwin. Nice feed to Quackenbush. And down it goes. Catherine Quackenbush, of course, named one of two players on this team, named to the top 100 women's players of all time in CIS basketball a couple years ago, along with a name that a lot of you, if you're just joining us for the first time this weekend, will notice is missing, Justine Collier-Legier. Justine, hope you're listening out there, and I hope you're feeling better, and I hope the injury isn't as bad as it looked. There's some fear it was an ACL on her, and we're hoping it's not. We're crossing our fingers. But even without Justine Collier-Legier, one of the best players in the history of this country, this Thunder team has not missed a beat this weekend. And when they've got one other member of that team, Catherine Quackenbush, and a member, if they did a revote this year, probably would make it in Haley McDonald. I don't say probably, definitely would make it in Haley McDonald. You can see why, but it's an embarrassment of riches for this Thunder team. They've got scoring from every position. They've got big people that that know how to play with talented backcourt mates like this and are tough and rebound and set solid screens and can score themselves and have good footwork. So it's a tall task for anybody. It's going to be a tall task for anybody to beat this team. But on any given Sunday, as the NFL saying goes, but on any given day, we've seen the talent on every single one of these other teams that if they have an off game, they can be gotten, which makes the Sunday championship weekend, or the championship weekend, pardon me, in 2 weeks, such an exciting prospect. It's going to be so much fun. Langell rebounds the miss. Back out. Haley McDonald with a three, in and out. Good close there by Baxendale, made it a little harder. Thompson up to Briggs. Briggs is going to attack and runs over Marley Kerwin. Pardon me, not Marley Kerwin. Gemma Bullard took that one right in the chest and didn't flinch. Popped right back up. Briggs, you love the attack, but Bullard was waiting for her. And into the game is Jada Vino for Halifax, the Acadia product, who missed yesterday's game as well. Coming off the bench. Jada Vino coming off the bench. Come on now. She's got a wide open three, and that's going to go. Oh, I thought for sure that was down. Briggs wrestles the rebound away from Bullard. Back comes Reese Baxendale, guarded closely by Marley Kerwin, forced a turnover. Good defense from Kerwin, and McDonald stepped in. 3 minutes clock running first quarter. 18-5 the lead. In goes Rachel Farwell on a nice move, spinning to the left. Didn't get it to go, but she's going to go to the line where she's almost automatic with that release of hers. Farwell from Toronto Metropolitan. Makes over 40% of her threes in CIS play. She was a sight to see yesterday in this building. They came up short, but Farwell was astonishing from three-point range. She made at least 7, and maybe one of them was wide open. Everything else was made off balance with someone in her eye. It didn't matter. She stroked them. 2 for 2 from the line for Farwell. 16-7 now the lead. 2:50 clock running first quarter. Kerwin swings it around. Finds its way to McDonald again. She's going to attack left-handed. The sweeping left-hand shot. The degree of difficulty on that one. Amazing stuff from Haley McDonald. Such a difficult finish. We saw that all the second half of the first game of our day today. Fredericton and Windsor. Those ladies made difficult shot after difficult shot. Much like that one. Kerwin with a disruptive defense again on Baxendale, causing the tie-up. Kerwin's been terrific in her minutes so far off the bench for the Thunder. Lauren Harris back into the game for the Fog. Harris, Briggs, Farwell, Baxendale. Pardon me, Briggs to the bench, excuse me. Thompson, Baxendale, Emily Fitzpatrick. That one almost went in. Thompson on the runner against the shot clock. McDonald on the attack. And the crossover there. Kerwin not there though. Bullard swung it over to Jada Vino in the corner. She traveled. Here's a little hockey substitution for the Thunder. Grace Wade back in. Vanessa Pickard as well. And Melina Collins into the game for the first time for the Thunder. She had a couple threes in yesterday's game. This horn set here now for the Fog. They don't get a look out of it. They do get an open three from Baxendale. She back rims it. Farwell on the pass from Harris wasn't able to collect. And the Thunder back the other way. You can't turn it over live against the Thunder. They're going to make you pay every time. Good transition defense from the Fog that time, though. And Baxendale forced a miss from Wade. Well done there defensively from Port City. Farwell now. Vino guarding her. Kicks the ball out of bounds. Staying with the Fog. 18-7 they trail. 1:23 on the clock. First quarter. Second game of the day here at the Maritime Women's Basketball Association Moncton Showcase Weekend. Dave Tingley on the call with you from Harrison Trimble High Gymnasium. having too much fun. Shouldn't be legal. I'm spoiled this weekend, fans, with this caliber of defense and the company, too. Good stuff. Lots of basketball people you don't see all the time. It's always good to get together with basketball people. A nice crossover from Farwell. She takes the hit and finishes through the contact. And again, she's the one keeping the Fog in it, much like yesterday. She's got a chance to bring the lead back down to 8 here as we approach the final minute of the first quarter. And these final minutes of quarters are so key. If you can win the last minute here, if you're the Fog, get a couple stops and a score. Jada Vino says, nope, your formula's wrong, Mr. Announcer. She strokes that 3. Unconventional release a little bit from Vino, but it's not unconventional release, unconventional form maybe, but that release is true. Good belly-up defense there from Vino. 2 on the drive from Thompson. Going back the other way is Wade. Vino swings it all the way over for an open 3 from Melina Collins, and that's true. Boy, we talked about winning the last minute here possibly for the Fog and making it interesting. And these Thunder players, so many of them can just make shots. You got to hope for misses a lot of times. And they didn't get one there, but a nicely executed play there by the Fog. Thompson hands it off to Harris on the curl, and she's going to the line for 2 free throws. 15-point deficit here towards the end of the first quarter. Halifax Thunder. Just a sec, fans. I'm going to pause here for a tech update. Aurora Productions doing a good job this weekend. I'm going to take a break, fans, during the first quarter. They're going to do some reset of some equipment over there. They've been terrific for us this weekend. The broadcast has been so much fun to do, and they're easy to – I just have to show up and start talking, which, I don't know if anybody else wants that, but makes it easy for me. Emily Briggs now, guarded by Vanessa Pickard. She's going to drive left-handed, hand off. She just needed a sliver to get it off, and Farwell, though, was rushed and back-rimmed it. So at the end of the first quarter, 24-10 for the Halifax Thunder. We'll take a quick break here, fans, for some updates. I'll be right back to you. All right, fans, we're back again. First quarter break here. Game 2 of the day here from the Harrison Trimble High Gymnasium. Maritime Women's Basketball Association Moncton Showcase Weekend. And the undefeated Halifax Thunder, more fully formed than yesterday. Jada Vino and Abby Dunker yesterday missed the game. They didn't miss a beat yesterday. They're not missing a beat today, despite the loss of Justine Collier-Legier, probably for the season. Hoping for the best from her on the news of her injury, but looks like it was probably a fairly serious knee injury she suffered in their last game before this showcase weekend. But so much talent on this Thunder squad, so much history of the CIS play on one team, and it's they've been so much fun to watch, both on the live streams from Halifax and this weekend up close. The play of Haley McDonald is always breathtaking to watch, but her backcourt mates, Grace Wade and Marley Kerwin in particular, have been terrific. Grace Wade there missing a three-pointer. Port City Fog back the other way. Port City just short-handed today. This is a tall task. Full squad, I would have loved to watch this, especially with Haley Kilpatrick against this smart, tough front court of the Thunder, as as Rachel Farwell turns and makes a 2 inside. Patiently waiting for traffic to clear before popping that jumper. On the attack, not able to finish there is Elizabeth Beals-Isayemi. Rebounded, though, by Abby Dunker. Pickard to the corner to Beals-Isayemi. She's going to attack again left-handed, but poked away there. Not able to collect it. It's going to go out of bounds back to Port City. Good defensive possession there from the Fog. Putting up a fight despite having only 7 women in the gym to play in uniform. You knew that was happening. A hallmark of this league is the team's playing hard for 40 minutes. You can see it in every game you watch up close and on the live streams, fans. And an open 3 there for Briggs. Can she get one to go? She can't. Good execution there from Port City to the horn set. Got a good shot, just didn't make it. Good deflection there on the steal for Port City, and it's going to be Thompson on the attack. She spins around Wade, and good belly-up defense there. Underneath from Melina Collins. Forced the miss from Thompson, but out of bounds and stays with the Fog. 8:43 remaining second quarter here. Briggs, good execution of that. Had a wide open 3, decided to go back to guess who? Rachel Farwell, and that was a good decision. Briggs had it the short shot in the corner, but she knew the higher percentage play is Farwell from 5 feet beyond the line up top. Automatic she's been so far this weekend. A long 3 there from Melina Collins is a miss. She's made a few, including one earlier in the first quarter. Not accurate on that one. Back to the Fog. They've got the lead back under 10. Out of this horn set, there's Thompson. She's going to go on the attack, and she does. Great defense there by Pickard, forcing the jump ball. Back to the Halifax Thunder. Great defense there from Vanessa Pickard. Vanessa Pickard was, I know Vanessa so well. She's a Riverview product like me. I coached her brother in high school, and I coached him for BNB and watched her develop from a young player into a dominant player. Back before, she still got that stroke that I would pay good money for. Much like Farwell, Pickard is almost her equal in shooting that three-point ball. I'm not saying a lot, but she back in her day was also explosive off the bounce. Lost a bit of that through some knee injuries. Still, solid players you're going to find in this league. Vanessa Pickard. Pickard now swings it all the way to Beals-Isayemi. She's going to attack left-handed again. Another turnover from Beals-Isayemi. Not getting what she wants off the bounce. Briggs looks to do a spin move. Not there. Ball bounces back out. It's kicked. Wade did a good job cutting off Briggs. Briggs trying to go to the spin. Wasn't able to execute it, but it's going to stay with the Fog. Back onto the floor, Marley Kerwin for the Thunder. Reese Baxendale for the Fog. We'll reset the lineups here in a minute. Off the bounce goes Farwell. Boy, that was a lot of contact, and they're going to call the charge. Catherine Quackenbush stepped in. Farwell doesn't put up much of an argument. So Taylor McDonald, Marley Kerwin, Catherine Quackenbush, Abby Dunker, and Beals-Isayemi for the Halifax Thunder. And well, there it was again. Fancy. I've said it every game. I'll keep reminding you. I'm going to get blocked out every now and then with all the fans shuffling in the building, walking in front of me a little bit. The traffic. I got a great position here, provided by Aurora Productions, but it does get crowded. And Marley Kerwin's good afternoon continues. Nice floater in the lane from her. On the attack is Stewart, cut off by Dunker. Forces a 3-second call. Great defense from Abby Dunker there. Megan Stewart aggressive on the attack. Cut off by Abby Dunker, and she's going to check out. Back into the game is Laura Langell. Quackenbush hands off to McDonald. Knocked out by, looks like Baxendale over there. It's going to stay with the Thunder. So Langell back on the floor with McDonald. Donald catches the ball off the inbounds. Vino back in the game as well for Thunder. That's the other new body on the floor. And the three in the corner is good from Dr. Quackenbush. Yesterday's POG picking up where she left off. Baxendale using the screen from Harris. Didn't go anywhere. Thompson, she's going to try to use. She rejects the Harris screen. Spins inside. Cut off by Langell and Quackenbush and turned it over. McDonald on the attack now. On the floater. Back rims it. Rebound nicely inside by Harris. Gets it to Baxendale. Baxendale's got some traffic. She's able to get it up to Harris. And Briggs now. Over to Harris. Harris on the attack left-handed. Nice leave there for Stewart. Just not able to collect, but Harris got it back. She's going to get it up on the rim, but missed. Long arms there of Jada Vino. Disrupted that layup attempt. Quackenbush on the wing, looking for Langell. Cutting through. Cut off there by Harris and knocked it off Langell. Langell's puzzled. She thinks that was the wrong call, but the uninterrupted run of referees not changing their call continues. The horn set again for the Fog. Lots of dribbling from Briggs, a little bit of over dribbling maybe. Gets it back though. Thompson cuts, not there. Baxendale's gonna have to create against the clock. She just can't. The defense of the Thunder. Deflection there though. They're gonna have 2 seconds left on the clock. Marley Kerwin was there with her defense as she's been all game today so far. Baxendale not able to get anything going so far for her game. She catches it, she's going to have to force it up, and she does. She made a desperation one yesterday. Got that one up on the rim yesterday at the end of the first quarter. As the clock ran down 3-2-1, she threw it up left-handed from three-point range and made one in one of the shots of the day yesterday. Wasn't as lucky on that one. 25-19, 5:18, clock running. Second quarter. Good defense there from Baxendale against McDonald. Almost knocked it away, but gave it a kick. It's going to stay with the Thunder. Marley Kerwin to inbound. Gets it to McDonald. McDonald's going to pop a long three. Back rims it. Baxendale tries to push to Harris. Gets sandwiched and fouled. Helping her up is Kerwin. Kerwin's been super physical defensively since she's come in. Off the bench. Causing problems, being disruptive. Baxendale now against Kerwin. Triple handoff, not there. Lauren Harris spins, tries to get it back to Thompson, but intercepted by Quackenbush. She's going to get it in there to Langell. Langell with a pretty feed to Haley McDonald. Nice finish left-handed from her. She's so adept with that left hand, her offhand. Nice move from Thompson into the lane. Leaves it there, not able to finish though inside was Megan Stewart. The other way come the Hornets. Turnover though. Back comes Baxendale, doesn't have many people with her. Gonna bring it back out. Everybody joins the party though. Emily Fitzpatrick now back in the game for the Fog. The Fog looking a little tired already. You can understand why. A nice crossover and jumper from Reese Baxendale. Good stuff. Timeout, Thunder. So the Fog putting up a fight. I mean, you look, giving up 31 points at this stage of the proceedings to the Thunder with an almost full squad when you're down to 7 people. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's doing a pretty good job defensively, I would say. If you're a Port City Fog fan, you got to be pleased with the effort. They're just not able to finish off the plays as well as the Thunder have so far. Case in point there, that last possession, Megan Stewart inside a open left-handed layup, not able to finish. They just haven't had that touch, and you got to figure probably part of it's due to this being a warm gym, the second game in 2 days, and only having 7 players. You're not as explosive as you expect yourself to be when you rise up for shots like that. But we'll see if the Fog can fight through it and keep themselves in this game. You know they're going to fight. We'll see how close they can keep it. So the Thunder looking to go to 9-0 on the season, solidify their spot at the top of the standings. When it comes to championship weekend, fans, it's divided into New Brunswick and Nova Scotia standings. So whoever's got the best record on the Nova Scotia side will get a bye to the semifinals. Whoever's got the best record on the New Brunswick side will get a bye to the semifinals. And 2 plays 3 on both sides. So getting that first place bye is pretty big. And we'll see who gets it. Looks like it's going to be the Thunder on this side. And the New Brunswick side, it's going to be up for grabs. Fredericton lost their game earlier today. So Port City, it's going to be a tall task. They could, if they come back and win this game, get edge closer to the Freeze atop the New Brunswick standings. And, of course, the Moncton Mystics earned their first win yesterday to go to 1-6. They've got a couple games in hand over Port City. Port City, this is their last game of the regular season. Moncton and Fredericton still play next week. So Port City, you want to get this win and then, hope things shake your way the rest of the regular season games. Nice penetration there by Farwell, and she dropped it off to Lauren Harris for a nice finish. Good play design out of the timeout. It's wheeling inside. Jada Vino wheeling inside for the finish. Using the screen there is Courtney Thompson. Wheels it all the way over to Reese Baxendale. UPEI product. She's going to use the screen from Farwell. That's going to be called an illegal screen. Farwell not quite set. I think she kind of leaned out with the elbow. You kind of get, I'm not quite there, I better lean. And that lean sometimes can get you in trouble, and that's exactly what happened. So Emily Briggs, Emily Fitzpatrick. And, there's the penetration there for Grace Wade. Wild with the right hand. As I try to reset for you fans. The action, though, just comes fast and furious here. I don't get a chance sometimes. Fitzpatrick over to Thompson. Tried to force feed Megan Stewart. So it is Emily Briggs, Megan Stewart, Courtney Thompson, Lauren Harris. And almost with the steal there, Vino. Emily Fitzpatrick, she's going to try to make a move on Pickard, can't do it. Nice penetration and kick. Briggs has got a 3, but a nice close out there by Abby Dunker back on the floor for the Hornets. Force the miss. Wade now, 1 of the 3 didn't get it. Pickard, she's going to put it up. Side rim, nice rebound in there from Lauren Harris. UPEI product. On the attack. Fans thought Emily Fitzpatrick was going to throw up that 3. She didn't. She gets inside, puts up a left-hander. Doesn't make it, but fighting inside. Lauren Harris trying her best to create a new possession, but no good. It's going to go back to the Thunder. But the Fog have crept back in this slowly but surely. It's 33-19. 14-point deficit. Thunder in control, but the Fog not going away. Grace Wade. Dunker at the top of the key. She swings it instead to Pickard. Pickard gets it to Dunker on the move. Not able to finish. Rebounded by Emily Briggs. Briggs is going to push. She's going to hand off to Baxendale. Baxendale's looking for the screen from Harris. Grace Wade a little physical on that. It's called for the foul. Bernice McNaughton product. Her in high school, went to UMB. She's going to check out, and back in comes Marley Kerwin. Don't lose much when you go to the bench for this Halifax Thunder. They're deep at every position, at least 2 deep, sometimes 3. Missed 3 from the corner from the Fog. Thunder will push the pace. Bullard back in the game. The ball gets inside from Pickard to Abby Dunker, and 1. Dunker, such a solid big. They got 2 of them, her and Langell. Quackenbush, of course, plays that big forward position too, but Dunker and Langell do so many small good things the way you want your big people to do, and they can score the ball when this high-powered backcourt isn't in full gear. But go to timeout. Thunder back up 16. They're going to have a free throw at the line to force this lead back up to 17. Get further in control. This last minute 45 key for the Fog. You want to win it just like you wanted to in the first quarter, and I mentioned it. I jinxed them right away. 2 threes, bang, bang from the Thunder. Those next 2 possessions from Vino and I think it was Vino and Collins in the first quarter. And that was, or no, sorry, Vino and McDonald, pardon me, those next 2 possessions. So I'm going to try to reverse the jinx for you, Port City fans, this time. So fans, stay tuned for our 3rd game after this one's finished. Moncton, Halifax Hornets. Big game for the Moncton Mystics, coming off a big win yesterday. The Hornets, the most balanced team in the league, bar none. A bunch of players average. Nobody averages, well, at least before yesterday's game. I didn't check the statistics today, whether anybody's performance yesterday nudged them over the top of into double figures. But coming into the weekend, they had no double-figure scores, but were the 2nd leading team in the league from a scoring perspective, because everybody averages. They have 8 players that average between 5 and 9.8 points a game. So it's so balanced, and that makes them very difficult to stop. So that'll be a really intriguing matchup. Mystics going for 2 wins in their home gym, and the Hornets looking to keep the distance from the Windsor Edge for 2nd place on the Nova Scotia side of things of the ledger in this league. Back to the action. Emily Briggs. Lauren Harris on the move, using screens. Baxendale, Pickard steps in. Almost picks that pass off, going the other way to Emily Briggs. It's going to stay here with the Fog. 36-19, minute 33 left. A wild inbounds pass there. Didn't connect to Stewart, and back the other way come the Hornets. Inside to Dunker. Nice catch on the pass from Bullard. On the attack is Vino. She's going to find Bullard. Bullard's going to put up a 3. Short. Rebounded there. Oh, the long arms of Dunker almost got it back, but Baxendale on the push. Left-handed against Kerwin. All the way over. Long pass. Just some of these long passes against this tough Hornets Thunder defense. It's difficult to make that and connect through and over a lot of long arms. And that one turned back over. Pickard into the corner to Vino. Vino's going to pop another 3 up short. Briggs with the rebound. She's going to push the pace to Thompson. Thompson gets there, but she's met by Kerwin. Kerwin again disrupting things defensively. It's going to be a foul call on Thompson. Back to the Halifax Thunder. So the Fog looking to get a stop and a score here to end their first half. Give themselves some momentum going into the second half. They're going to play a zone this last possession. 2-3. Communicating. Pickard at the top. They aren't able to get out to Marley Kerwin in time, and she makes them pay with a big 3. So the jinx continues from the first quarter. My apologies, Fog fans. Another 3 from the Thunder, and they got people that can shoot at every position. Spinning move from Thompson. The shot up by Stewart. She hasn't found her mark today as Megan Stewart, the York University product. Taking good shots, just not going in. Nice feed inside. Able to finish is Pickard off the feed from Marley Kerwin, who's been terrific in this first half for the Thunder. Just one of the many weapons working for the Thunder, and they go into the break with a 22-point lead, 41-19 for the Thunder over the Fog. And fans, we're going to join you back here in about 15 minutes. We will see you then. And we're back, fans, for half two of game two of day two of the Maritime Women's Basketball Association. Good grief, David. You haven't said that enough this weekend yet. Showcase weekend here in Moncton. I'm David Tingley on the call from Harrison Trimble High School, home of the Trojans here in Moncton, New Brunswick. Welcome to the Hub City. Yet still we got good crowds coming in from the good weather outdoors to watch us here in this building. Good crowd building up for the second half of this game, and the Moncton Mystics and the Halifax Hornets will finish off the weekend in game 3 today after this game's finished. But right now we got business to take care of in this gym. Halifax Thunder lead the Port City Fog 41-19. And Port City, this is a big game for them. And they came into the game at a disadvantage. Only 7 players, missing quite a few, including Kaylee Kilpatrick. Lauren Fleming not playing today. Abby Ring-Deneen out. Amelia Mitchell out. Emily Thomas out. A lot of good players, good bench players, good complementary players around Reese Baxendale and Farwell and Kilpatrick, who have been kind of the big 3 scoring-wise so far this year for Port City. You miss one of those and some of your bench, and it's a tall task against any of these teams, especially, though, the Halifax Thunder, undefeated, looking to go 9-0 on the season. Nice move inside from Megan Stewart. She's working hard in there, taking good shots, just not getting anything on track is Megan Stewart, the York product today so far. Nice move inside from McDonald to Quackenbush. Rebounded by Langell, nicely stolen there by Thompson, though. Good defense from her. Pushing the pace, back to Briggs at the top of the cheat. She's going to launch a 3, hasn't made one. Gets off to Schneid in a big way. Emily Briggs with a big 3. Brings that lead down to 19. Giving the Port City fans some life to start the second half. McDonald's going to use the screen. She's going to penetrate. Baseline drive from Smith-Isiemi. Back to McDonald, misses a 3. Langell in there to clean stuff up. Left-handed spinner goes out. Quackenbush, though, on the rebound. She can't finish. Good defense there inside from Baxendale. That's going to be a tie-up. And it's going to stay with the Thunder. Boy, Baxendale down there battling with Quackenbush and Langell, and almost coming out on top with the ball. Not quite, though. Oh, beautiful play. Quackenbush kind of awkwardly caught it underneath the hoop in no man's land, but she managed to corral the rebound and get herself to the line. Port City coming out pretty solid defensively these first couple possessions. Weren't able to finish that possession, though, as we see some Thunder jerseys on some younger women wandering into the gym. I think the Thunder program goes beyond just this team in the Women's Basketball Association. They've got a whole program, Thunder program down there. Must have been playing in Moncton this weekend. They're coming into the gym, joining us. Nice to see them. Lots of light blue Thunder jerseys on the girls. And Briggs going to pop another 3. Feeling good after making that first one, but that one was wild. And it's going back to the Halifax Thunder. Up 43-22, 8:36. Clock running third quarter. Game 2 of 3 today. Quackenbush looking for McDonald on the baseline. McDonald saved it. Now it's 5-on-4 coming back the other way. Baxendale looking to push. Stewart corralled that with her foot. Managed to get the ball out to Harris, who missed a 3, but it was collected inside nicely by Thompson. Banks it in for the Fog. 43-24 now. 19-point game again. Beals-Isiemi on the attack, left-handed. She's had some tough luck. Oh, corralled that rebound. So athletic, Beals-Isiemi. Nice little lead for Langell. Beals-Isiemi had a tough game today. Was terrific yesterday. Today on the attack, she's been getting into the paint, just not turning the ball over a lot. Maybe driving the ball a little too far down into the teeth of the defense. That's why she pulled up for a little floater that time. Was just a little bit short. She's defending there on Megan Stewart, forced a Missed from Stewart. Got a hand on that. Did Beals Isiemi. She's a handful defensively. Look at that crossover to the right. Another lead for Langell. Langell out top to McDonald. She's going to launch a long three. Missed. Corralled by Harris. Hand off to Briggs, who pushes the pace. Well defended there by Quackenbush, cutting her off. Baxendale using the screen. Not there. Off to Briggs. Briggs to Harris. Back to Briggs. Penetrates into the key. Met there by Beals Isiemi, just a little bit late. And she's going to go to the line is Emily Briggs, the Crandall product. I'm a big fan of Emily Briggs. Being a Crandall announcer last year and watching Emily play, I became a really big fan of hers. Crandall struggled through a tough March. They had a good first half of the season, then a tough late season stretch where nobody could make a shot. It was an unbelievable thing to watch. Crandall played very solidly, created open shots for themselves. They're a well-coached team. They just couldn't make anything. And Emily Briggs, I watched her take good shot after good shot and miss good shot after good shot because she just was cold like the rest of that team, but never got frustrated. Kept playing her game, kept taking the right shots, kept being terrific defensively, as she always is. Intense, a good leader. Played through it and played hard and tough, and actually started coming around towards the end of that Crandall season. Wild scramble for the ball on this Crandall possession, or this Port City possession. And Lauren Harris getting on the floor and earning a new possession for the Port City Fog. Thompson looking to use the screen up top. Does. Harris now collects. Back up top to Emily Fitzpatrick. Now I'm going to have to see who number 14 normally is. Kaylee Kilpatrick, and that's been handed off to someone else for today's game with Kaylee Kilpatrick out, and I don't know the name. The three goes down for Beals Isiemi. She gets off the schneid today. And we've discussed before her the hard work that Beals Isiemi puts in to be a better player than she already is. She can see how intense and how good a player she already is, of course, but she's trying to add more of a consistent jumper to her game, and she's doing so. She's made a couple threes this weekend. Been a much more consistent shooter as this season has gone along, as Beals Isiemi. Nice penetration there by Kerwin. She kicks to the corner, and that three goes in for Gemma Bullard. Harley Kerwin, she's been, for my money, the best player on the floor for the Hornets today. That's saying something considering the talent she's got around her, but she's been great in all her minutes. Nice penetration there by Emily Fitzpatrick, just not able to finish the twisting shot in the lane. Good defense there by Emily Briggs. Brought down that long pass. Up to Courtney Thompson. She's going to look to set up. Screen there by Briggs. Not able to collect inside is the Fog on the roll. And, and Gemma Bullard handed the ball to referee Jeff Smith, said, "You're going to reverse that one, I know. It's the wrong call." Jeff Smith. And Gemma Bullard having a laugh there. Referee J.P. Richard joins him on the staff, as well as third referee Nancy Curry, whom I'm going to nickname Jen for the foreseeable future based on the ridiculous mistake I made yesterday. My only one yesterday. Only made one mistake yesterday. Jen McKenzie is the refereeing supervisor for this league. Does a terrific job, and these referees are great. Good box out there down below by Megan Stewart, keeping Dunker off the glass. She does a terrific job with the referees in this league, and I had it on my paper to mention her yesterday, and then in the middle of things decided to start announcing the referees for that day's game, and it was Nancy Curry, but I said it was Jen McKenzie. I don't know what, those neurons in your brain fire sometimes and make you do silly things, and that's so. Yeah, my nickname for Nancy is now Jen. Abby Dunker on the foul, and Farwell will go back to the line for the St. John Fog. Port City Fog. She's joined on the floor now by Reese Baxendale, Megan Stewart, Emily Fitzpatrick, and Laura Briggs. Emily Briggs, pardon me. 5 for the Halifax Thunder right now. Grace Wade, Dr. Quackenbush, Vanessa Pickard, Laura Langell, and Jada Vino is the 5th on the opposite side of the floor there. Langell catches the ball in the post. Quackenbush now. She's going to attack left-handed. Nice little pass on the handoff to Langell for the finish. Pretty stuff. And Laura Langell, these big kids, these big girls for the bigs for the Hornets, they just know how to Thunder, pardon me. They just know how to play. They know the position to be in. They're not the most, probably not the most athletic group in the league at that position, but they're the smartest, I think, the most fundamentally sound. They know what spots to be in. They know how to play with talented backcourt. They can score when needed, and they are fun to watch, just like the rest of this Halifax Thunder squad. As the Mystics file past on the way to the change room to start getting ready for their game against the Halifax Hornets. Game 3 will come to you after the conclusion of this one. At the line, second shot goes down for Megan Stewart. Grace Wade now brings the ball up, 53-29, 3:22 clock running. Third quarter, Wade on the drive and fouled by Baxendale. Grace Wade on the attack. Grace Wade is a tough player to play against. She is tough defensively, and she'll go at you on the offensive end. Get her own game off if she needs to support her team. Been a pleasure to watch Grace through Bernice McNaughton, now at UMB and now in this league. Misses the second, rebounded by Megan Stewart. Oh, and Farwell doesn't need isn't even squared up when she starts the shot. That one she didn't need to. She had some space. She had some time. She's so used to having somebody right up in her grill, having to shoot one off balance. She rushed that one a little bit, didn't need to. Normally it doesn't matter with that release, but it did on that one. Wade out to Vino. Quackenbush now. Pickard carving out space, can't get it to her well. Good fight there by Thompson. Port City forces a long three. Look at that effort from Quackenbush. The 1-on-3 against the Port City Fog rebounders, and Quackenbush forces the jump. Back into the game. Melina Collins for Pickard. Collins can shoot that three. Good, well defended there by Port City off the inbounds, and Stewart's going to run it down on the run. Blows the left-handed layup, just not her day today. I feel bad for Megan Stewart. Stays with it, comes back. She's going to go back inside. Kicks it out to Farwell. Farwell, her feet moved before her brain did and turned it over. Looked at the sky like, what did I just do? Had a wide open three. She decided to attack, which was the right play. Attack that closeout, but just a little too quick. Jada Vino. Langell all the way over to Wade. Wade rejects the screen, goes baseline. Good block there from Baxendale. Thompson's going to have a run out here. She's 1-on-3. She gets it all the way to the cup, though, and finishes with the right hand. Thompson. This team is much better when Thompson's aggressive and scoring the ball. Langell, good kick to the corner to Vino with an open three, and down it goes. Laura Langell continues her very good day. Just doing everything, all the little things right, dropping dimes in that case. Baxendale on the handoff from Farwell. Nothing doing there. Thunder switching everything. Good move inside by Thompson. Just can't finish. Collected, though, by Baxendale. She's going to shoot a foul line jumper and gets the roll. Grace Wade now. Rejects the screen. Smartly gets to the cup. Good hands, though, by Baxendale. Got in there and bothered that finish a little bit. Wade didn't get it to go. In goes Baxendale. Good defense there, too, by Wade. The physical play continues, as it has all weekend. Entertaining brand of basketball. Fast-paced and physical. Vino short on that three. The rebound comes to Thompson. 57-33, 101. Clock running, third quarter, pardon me. The second game of our day here. Thompson on the attack, looking for a screen from Harris. Well defended again by Vino. Harris, the pass didn't get across to Megan Stewart. Too much air under that ball against this Thunder defense. Wade. Cross court, right back from Melina Collins it comes. Good, well defended there by Stewart. It's going back to the Fog. Back in. Number 14. If there's a Fog fan out there, help me out with number 14. I feel bad. I didn't recognize her on the. I just assumed number 14 wasn't playing. I didn't recognize that they had shared unis. Inside the ball comes to her. She's going to back in on Laura Lanja. Lanja with the block. Well collected. Can't get it back out to the perimeter to Farwell. Intercepted there by Vino. Vino, the reigning AOS Player of the Year, coming off the bench for the Thunder team. Oh, well cut off there. Fouls on Thompson. Oh. And I've got word from my bench. Oh, it's the owner, Jilly Wilton. Of course. I met her on one occasion. Not in a basketball uniform, though, so. So I feel. All right, I got myself straightened out. Good stuff from the owner getting on the floor with her team down to 7 players. Love to see it. So we go to the third quarter break, fans. It's 57-33 for the Thunder, and you got to figure they're going to be able to comfortably run their record to 9-0. So what's that going to mean for the standings on the New Brunswick side? Fredericton drops to 3-5 with their 2 losses this weekend. Port City will drop to 3-8. Pardon me, to 2-8. And Fredericton will have 2 games yet to play. Port City, of course, their regular season will be done after today's games. They'll be at 2-8, and the Moncton Mystics will have 1 win, with the chance to pass Port City and get into second place. But it's really first place you're aiming at, and that will still be in play for the Mystics with a game today and a matchup against the Freeze on Thursday night in this building. So the Mystics 0-6 to start their Maritime Women Basketball Association existence. Still has a chance to snag first place on the Brunswick side of things. So the Nova Scotia side of things, Windsor today, even the record at 4-4 with a big win over Fredericton. And the Halifax Hornets at 6-2, looking to go 7-2 against the Moncton franchise this afternoon. So Thunder and the Hornets pretty much have wrapped up spots 1 and 2, but really that number 1 spot is what you're worried about, and it's the Halifax Thunder that have a stranglehold on it, and it's only getting tighter as we get to the end of this, our second game of the day, where they're about to run their record to 9-0, and they finish their season, do the Thunder in Windsor on Thursday night. Find that in the live stream, folks. But not before you check me out, or actually before you check me out at 7:30 on the call here from Moncton. So go back and forth. You find that Windsor, you come back and forth. You join me too. You can have 2 screens up. All right? One's Maritime Athletic Profiles, one's here Aurora Productions. No harm done. Don't mute me, though. Mute the other guy. Up and in for Reese Baxendale. for one shot, 57-34. The score now 57-35. Haley McDonald back on the floor. Looking to get inside at Abby Dunker. Not there, but collected nicely by Beals Esiemi. She goes up. Liz again, not able to finish, but keeping it alive. The effort from Beals Esiemi. Now she goes baseline and a nice finish there. Tough start to her game from Beals Esiemi. Didn't get anything going. Turning the ball over a little bit in the first half. This second half, she's been terrific. Good defense there by Gemma Bullard, cutting off. Farwell on the drive. McDonald now looking on the attack. Inside to Dunker. Dunker not able to finish the reverse and rebounded by Farwell. 9:08 clock running fourth quarter, 59-35. Thunder over the Port City Fog. Double on, was blocked there a little bit for a second, fans. I think it was Stewart, and a nice drive inside there. Nicely done by Baxendale. She's going to go back to the line. Fans are filing in, rushing past me here in anticipation of the Moncton Mystics game. We're going to have the biggest crowd of our weekend, I would say, for the second Mystics game. Of course, it's been a good crowd for the other games as well. But, of course, during those Mystics games, you know, you get the Mystics fans filing in, supporting their team, and they did an admirable job yesterday. They really lifted that team in the second half when they started their comeback. Abby Dunker, she's going to get called for. Yep, good call there. Dunker threw her body into Courtney Thompson. Courtney Thompson did a good job there. The Dalhousie product standing tall, taking the contact there from Dunker. Still, if you're a Hornets fan or a Thunder fan, you love that aggressiveness from Abby Dunker. You love a big who's going to throw their body around like that. You don't mind an offensive foul call like that every now and then. Thompson to Baxendale. It's the defense of Kerwin, who's been really good today, defensively and contributing on the offensive end. Bullard on the steal. She's going to push. She's got Dunker. How about the two big girls running the break like that? Not able to go down and ripped away inside by Farwell. Farwell's going to have to worry about the shot clock. Do they have enough time to get over? They barely do. Avoided the 8-second call by the skin of their teeth. Knocked away from Beals Isiemi. By Beals Isiemi from Baxendale. Briggs now. Oh, looking for Thompson. Kick there. It's going to stay with the Fog and reset to 14 seconds. Back in the game is Lauren Harris and Emily Fitzpatrick for the Fog. Patrick hands to Baxendale. She's going to pop a three, and it's good. Ooh, nothing but net from Reese Baxendale. Pretty arcing three-pointer. Now McDonald looking to answer. Good patience from her. Didn't panic when she got cut off and double-teamed. The double team went away. They rolled to Dunker, and she was able to pop that little foul line in jumper. McDonald not been spectacular today, but solid as always. Made a couple threes. Hasn't been as accurate as normal for her. Baxendale misses a three, but nice rebound in there by Lauren Harris. Briggs now gets a chance at a three. Back rims it. Run down on the corner by Thompson, though. She is able to collect. She's going to go to the key. Gets it knocked away by McDonald, collected by Gemma Bullard. Back comes McDonald. She's on the attack, dumps it off to Beals Isiemi. Not able to connect. Gets it back, though. Bullard from the corner, long with that three. Emily Fitzpatrick can't collect that board, but good job fighting off Marley Kerwin. Kerwin knocked it out, and it's going to go back to the Fog. Hockey substitution here by the Thunder. Wade back in. Vino back in. Quackenbush. Collins and Langell are the five now for the Thunder. Fresh five against a tired five. The owner back in for the Fog. Doing some good work. And another three there by Baxendale. That jumper's getting wet from her. So Jilly Wilton joins the floor for the Fog. Nice pass there on Langell from the feed from Vino. Good stuff. Wilton hands the ball to Briggs. Briggs fakes the handoff to to Fitzpatrick. Not able to get anywhere. Wilton, she's going to hand the ball to Reese Baxendale. The illegal screen there from the owner. See if she has anything to say to JP Bouchard. Friendly banter, nothing more. A little bit of a moving screen there from the owner. Back in is Farwell. And Stewart joining Baxendale. Now they're in a zone. Are the Fog still competing, still talking, still communicating. Down big, but Langell on the feed from Quackenbush. And Laura Langell making her case for player of the game. I know I mentioned the player of the game a lot, folks, but I stress about it. It's a big responsibility. I take seriously. Well, I take mostly seriously. Fitzpatrick. Back to Farwell. 7 on the clock. Good screen there by the owner this time. Solid, but good. And boy, they blew the whistle before that lay-in. Are they going to count the basket from Stewart? All right, they're going to count the basket from. They're going to count the basket from Stewart. That's only proper. That was an illegal screen. It was a hard cruncher, but it was legal. No lean on that one from Wilton. That was a solidly done screen, and just no communication there to have her be ready for it. Langell on the offensive board. Langell again. On a nice look to Quackenbush. Not able to connect. Farwell getting on the floor. Almost collects it. Not quite able. And a reach in on Jilly Wilton on the foul there. Baxendale checks out and Thompson back in. Port City Fog going to sit in that zone. They're going to have to communicate. They've lost some people on this zone a little bit in the middle. No trap in the corner. Wade gets out of it easy. Into Langell. Langell finds Collins. She didn't want the shot. Wade does. Rebounded by Quackenbush. Quackenbush retreats to the three-point line. Pops it. Doesn't finish. Nice rebound in there. Nicely done from Stewart. Stewart receives the handoff. Cut off nicely by Wade. Nothing there. Farwell, pardon me. Nothing doing. Nice baseline drive from Thompson, though. And she gets hit by Collins, and she's going to go to the line. That penetration from Thompson is so key. She's so adept going both ways, getting 2 feet in the paint. When she's able to do so, this Port City Fog offense hums along much better. Fog are huddling up, communicating about what they're going to do defensively. Briggs on the floor for Port City, along with Farwell and Thompson at the line. Missed the first one. Harris and Stewart. And it's Bielzisiemi, Bullard, Pickard, Dunker, and Marley Kerwin with the ball in her hands now. Made her case early for player of the game. Langell's making a late charge on that one. Nicely designed play for Pickard for 3. That was online, but a little bit long. Dunker in there trying to collect, but it's going back to Port City. Pickard smiling. Not often she misses a wide open 3 like that. She wasn't yesterday, that's for sure. A little quiet today, but playing her usual great 4 game. Nice backdoor look to Stewart, but Stewart is a little too far. Led her into some defense, and she wasn't able to finish. Kerwin off to off to Bullard. Dunker inside. Pass to the corner. Kerwin, nice pass to Bielzisiemi. Another nice pass. Oh, and Bullard's teardrop pops out. And again getting on the floor is Lauren Harris. The Fog is going to stay with the Thunder. That was a nice sequence of passing there from the Thunder. Didn't get paid off. Baxendale back in. Fitzpatrick back in. Farwell and Stewart take a break. Up to Pickard. Off the inbounds. She wants Bullard and finds her. Bullard faces up. Pops a jumper. Misses. Beals at the Emmy though. 1-2 to collect. But goes back to the Fog anyway. Baxendale. 1-on-2. Decided to back it out. Over to Thompson. Looking for a screen. Gets it from Harris. Over to Baxendale. She's drained two. Can she make another? No. It's wide left. Beals to Siemi on the rebound. And here comes Kerwin. Kerwin finds Bullard. Bullard's going to lay it in. And timeout Fog as the lead swells back up to 20 for the Thunder. 2:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, and they've wrapped this one up. They've wrapped up a, so far, undefeated regular season. They'll be looking to complete the season that way when they travel to Windsor on Thursday night. Will they be an undefeated squad in the first season of this Maritime Women's Basketball Association? So, fans, we want to thank Royale and Medavie, the founding sponsors of this league. And we also want to thank Dairy Farmers of Canada for their support, Dairy Farmers in New Brunswick for all the New Brunswick teams and the Brunswick sponsorships that they provide for the Port City Fog, Fredericton Freeze, and Moncton Mystics. So terrific stuff from the sponsors. We couldn't do this without it. Couldn't be the rousing success that it has been in this first year without the sponsors, and it has been, no doubt, a rousing success. So fans, we're almost done here with this game. Another 2:52 for the Thunder to wrap up this victory. And I'm going to have to go actually just decide on players of the game. And I'm going to go boy, it's difficult today. For Port City, I'm going to go with Reese Baxendale for Port City. If anyone disagrees, you can find me at Hoops Tingley on Instagram and on Twitter. Let me know the terrible decision that I've made, giving it to Reese Baxendale. She's using the screen there, trying to, from Stewart. Gets inside, and she's going to go to the line for two. Fouled there by Dunker. And for the Thunder, so many possibilities. Haley McDonald is always a possibility. Marley Kerwin's been so good. Langel's been so good. Those are my two that I'm torn between. I don't think either one of them usually have, with the talent that they've got around them on this team, I don't think either of them probably get the recognition that they deserve. So we'll see. I'm going to think about it for a minute, fans. You tweet at me or Instagram at me if you have thoughts on that pair. Nice drive from Beals Siemi, who's also making a late charge. She struggled in the first half, but she's been so good in this half. Don't add a third into the mix with your sweeping right-handed hook there, Lizzie. Come on now. Have mercy on an announcer. Good denial defense there for Marley Kerwin on Baxendale. Wheeling in the lane is Thompson. Briggs now, and that's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. Terrific defense from the Thunder. Beals Siemi's going to go to the bench for the rest of the game. Back in is Melina Collins. Oh, I'm lost in thought on my player of the game. Lost in thought as this game winds down. Nicely done. The handoff to Melinda Collins. Another assist for Marley Kerwin. The three from Farwell is wide right, collected by Pickard. Pickard now, off to Marley Kerwin. Kerwin looking to penetrate, gets it to Dunker. Dunker, nice pass inside to Collins, not there, back to Pickard. Into Bullard, she's gonna throw up a That's a difficult make going to her left. Nicely done by Gemma Bullard, who's also been terrific today. Using the screen is Thompson. Inside, Farwell. Reeling inside to Stewart. I like to see her ending her game on a strong note. Had such a tough time finishing most of this game. She's been really good here in the fourth quarter. Dunker. She's going to drive inside on Farwell and finish left-handed. Nice finish from Dunker. Up to Thompson from Baxendale. Thompson now to Baxendale. Baxendale on the drive. Cut off there by Kerwin. Nicely. More good defense from Kerwin. I'm giving her the player of the game, fans. I've decided. If you have a problem with it, you let me know. But I thought she was terrific defensively when she came in. Made some shots. Reese Baxendale is the player of the game, but she's made life super difficult for her and for whoever else she was checking. Nicely done inside by Farwell. And that's going to do it, fans. They're going to dribble it out. The player of the game, my choice for player of the game, Marley Kerwin's going to dribble it out. And the Halifax Thunder run their record to 9-0. And the Port City Fog are going to have to wait and see what position they're going to be during championship weekend. It's going to be a waiting game for them to see where they fall in the standings, but they're not going to be first. They know that. They're going to have to win 3 games to get to championship weekend, fans. So join us, please, won't you? Stay with us for the third game. Moncton, Halifax Hornets. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a big crowd. It's going to be loud. It's going to be fun. Stay with us.
And congratulations to your players of the game. The player of the game from the Port City. The player of the game for the Port City Fog, number 9, Reese Baxendale.